Morning, everyone. A big focus of the speech that I gave on Monday was about the need to focus on policies that would create real economic growth and robust private sector job creation. That includes fundamental tax reforms, real spending cuts, stopping harmful regulations, more job creating American energy production, and passing the three pending trade agreements to open new markets for American products. Last week, we saw some positive gains on the job front, which is always welcome news, but we also saw an increase in the unemployment rate. And the American people continue to ask the question, where are the jobs? And job growth in America is still nowhere near what it should be. Unfortunately, rather than joining with Republicans in focusing on policies that promote long-term economic growth, the Democrats who control Washington want to increase spending and they want to increase taxes. Listen, that's a recipe for more economic uncertainty for private sector job creators and it won't help families and small business who are struggling to make ends meet. Earlier this week, I again made clear there'd be no debt increase without meaningful spending cuts and budget reforms. As I said on Monday, the spending cuts should be greater than the accompanying increase in the debt limit. Clearly, we struck a nerve, and the response from the White House and from Democrats and the left has been panic and hysteria. Now, listen, for years, Washington has gotten away with kicking the can down the road and dealing with higher deficits without ever facing the realities of government's spending addiction. And while this may be hard for the Washington crowd to accept, those days are over. We're determined to cut spending and change the way Washington spends the American taxpayers' dollar. And the American people have overwhelmingly rejected the idea of giving the president a blank check to increase the debt limit, and Republicans are listening to the American people. I think what we and the American people are asking for isn't at all radical. We want to stop the tax hikes that we believe will destroy jobs in our country. Democrats want to raise taxes. We want to stop Washington from spending money that we don't have. Democrats want a free pass to continue to spend more. We're in a hole, and we've got to stop digging. Yet the Democrats won't give up the shovel. I also want to address those who suggest that our efforts to cut spending could somehow hurt our economy or hurt the markets. I believe if we don't act boldly, and act boldly now, the markets will act for us very soon. Remember, the Standard & Poor's warned several weeks ago that it may downgrade United States debt and not over the debt limit fight, but because Washington has no plan to deal with our massive debt. And the greatest threat to our economy, to job creation, and to our children's future is doing nothing. Doing nothing is not an option. The American people won't tolerate it, and neither will we. And lastly, this week, Republicans took action to address skyrocketing gas prices by passing two bills that increase American energy production and create more American jobs. These bills are part of our American Energy Initiative, and you'll see more bills on the floor in the coming weeks and months. On the other side of the Capitol, Senate Democrats debated a tax hike backed by the White House that some in their own party would admit won't lower gas prices 1 penny. Now listen, the American people are demanding that Congress take concrete steps to increase the supply of American energy, to lower costs, to reduce our dependence on foreign oil, and to create jobs. Republicans are listening and taking action to provide much-needed relief to families and small businesses who are struggling with high prices at the pump.